President Obama is sticking to his guns. He laid out his ideas for new taxes and more government in his State of the Union speech last night.
Well, Republicans, of course, have a very different view, and that's likely to mean more gridlock in Washington this year. John Jessup has the story.
Against a backdrop of a struggling American economy and stubbornly high unemployment, President Obama tried to highlight improvements and at the same time made the case for his re-election.
The state of our union is getting stronger, and we've come too far to turn back now.
He built on the theme of rebuilding the American dream and again spoke of the need for a strong government to ensure economic fairness, pushing hard for more taxes on upper-income Americans.
Do we want to keep these tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, or do we want to keep our investments in everything else, like education and medical research?
Republicans oppose new taxes and want the free market to sort things out, leaving both sides at odds on how to fix the economy this election year. With troops recently returned from Iraq, the president tried to draw a military analogy of people uniting around a single mission despite different political or social backgrounds. But lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say there's not much evidence of Washington working together in the recent past, and they don't expect it to change anytime soon.
Now this year we've got a couple of other issues that will make it even more dysfunctional. First is, it's an election year.
The president says it's a do-nothing Congress. Well, it's a do-nothing Senate, and we have a bystander in the White House.
Some of his toughest critics concede the president inherited a bad economic situation, but they say it's his response for which he should be held accountable. In the Republican address, Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels said the president's policies were the wrong answer for the nation's economic problems.
No feature of the Obama presidency has been sadder than its constant efforts to divide us, to curry favor with some Americans by castigating others.
Republicans accuse the president of coming to Capitol Hill to deliver a campaign speech. To make their case, they point out that the president is taking his ideas on the road, starting a 3-day tour of 5 states from Arizona to Iowa, so that he can sell his ideas to the American people. John Jessup, CBN News, Capitol Hill.
Well, let the campaigning begin, but it looks like he's ignored the bipartisan panel that he put together. Erskine Bowles and Alan Simpson put out a report, and they said the solution to our deficit, to our current problems, we have to address the entitlement programs. We have to address Medicare. We have to address Social Security. Until we do that, regardless of what taxes you impose, you're not going to solve the budget problem, the deficit problem. That's going to continue to increase and become unsustainable in a very short period of time. So until we really grasp that, just how deep the problem is, and we've got to name it for what it's the entitlement programs, until you get to that point where both sides are saying we've got to do something here on entitlement programs, we're not going to see solutions anytime soon. Lee Webb has the rest of our top stories from the CBN Newsroom. Lee?
Gordon, Newt Gingrich now leads Mitt Romney among registered Republicans nationwide. The latest Gallup poll has Gingrich at 31%, while Romney has 27%. Gingrich is counting on the support of evangelical voters. CBN's David Brody spoke with him about that in an exclusive interview.
I have confessed my weaknesses and that I have had to go to God for forgiveness and for reconciliation. And I think most people can identify, either with themselves or with friends or with loved ones, that life has moments that are very sad that you wish weren't occurring, and that you look back on them and you seek forgiveness for not having been everything you could be.
Gingrich went on to say that he recognizes that there is a war on religion and he's prepared to fight back. You can see that entire interview that David Brody did with Newt Gingrich by going to our website at cbnnews.com. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie says he will veto a same-sex marriage bill that's moving through that state's legislature. He says the public should vote on the issue, but angry state Democrats say they have an obligation to protect civil rights. Christie says hundreds of years of social and religious tradition should not be overturned by 121 members of the New Jersey House. A major solar storm is bringing with it an impressive display of the northern lights. The aurora borealis, as it's known, could be seen across northern Scandinavia Tuesday. Weather experts say the lights were part of the strongest solar storm in 6 years. They predict the sun will continue to get more active in the next few years as part of its normal cycle. The radiation, by the way, from solar storms can affect satellite communications and cause cell phone systems to drop calls. Gordon?
Well, it was a beautiful light show. If you weren't up in Canada, I encourage you to go online. There's plenty of video of it.